So I have a spec sheet in front of me today, and it reads like a lifeline for anyone who's ever managed a server room.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about how to solve a very specific, and let's be honest, a very annoying problem.
Let me guess. The machine you need is way over there, and you're stuck way over here.
Exactly. Your powerful computer is locked away, maybe 200 feet away, and you control it right now.
It's the classic distance problem. The brains of the operation are in a secure vault, but you need the hands, the keyboard and mouse, somewhere else entirely.
And you can't just buy a longer USB cable. I mean, we know the signal just turns to noise after, 5 meters?
If you're lucky.
So to bridge a 200-foot gap, when we're looking at this thing, it's called the, let me get this right, the NTI ST-C5USB2V2ARST transparent USB extender.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is.
It definitely wins the award for most literal product name, but it's basically just a hardware bridge. It pushes those USB and video signals over standard network cable.
Like CP5E or Cat6.
Exactly. CT5E, CT6, or even C7. Cables that are actually designed to carry data over those kinds of distances.
But here's where the spec sheet got interesting for me. It uses the term transparent USB. But usually when you do this, you get lag, right?
Yeah.
The computer knows the device is far away, the timing gets all messed up. So how are they getting around that?
That's the transparent part. It's a clever trick, really. The local unit, the box plugged into the actual computer, is basically lying to the operating system.
Lying how?
It emulates the keyboard or mouse locally. It handles all those millisecond tight handshakes right there. So your PC or your SN or your S-ing, it thinks the device is plugged directly into the back of the tower.
It has no idea it's 200 feet away at the end of a CT7 cable.
None at all.
That must be why the support device list is so weirdly specific. I'm looking here, and it's not just mice and keyboards.
No, it goes way beyond that.
It lists game controllers, USB flash drives, and specifically touchscreen monitors, like the HP Compact L2105 Tenometer.
And that touchscreen support, that's the real stress test.
Why is that?
Well, if you're just typing, a few milliseconds of lag is, annoying. But if you're on a factory floor using a touchscreen interface, that lag is dangerous.
Right. You touch a button, nothing happens, you touch it again.
And suddenly you've got a double command error. Transparent means you keep that instant responsiveness.
Okay, so let's talk about the video side of this because this feels like a bit of a throwback. It says dual VGA extender. My first reaction was VGA. In 2026, isn't that like ancient history?
In the consumer world, absolutely. You haven't seen a VGA port on a new laptop in years. But in the industrial sector...
It's different.
Oh, yeah. VGA is still king. It's analog, it's super robust, and it doesn't have all the digital handshake problems that HDMI can have over long copper cables. Plus, all the legacy machinery still runs on it.
And looking at the specs, they aren't skimping on quality. It says it supports resolutions up to 2048 by 1536.
Right, which is sharper than a lot of HD monitors people have on their desks right now.
But pushing an analog signal that far must be tricky.
It is. The longer the cable, the more the signal wants to fade. That's why the manual says you have to manually adjust the video quality.
You mean there's a dial on it?
Exactly. You literally have to tune it to your specific cable length to stop the image from, getting fuzzy or ghosting.
So what about the dual part of dual VGA? It says you can have a monitor at the local unit and the remote unit.
Yeah, that's a supervision and safety feature.
How so?
Imagine you're troubleshooting a server in the rack. You can plug a monitor in right there. But at the same time, your supervisor at the remote desk can see the exact same thing.
So no one is flying blind.
Exactly.
Speaking of industrial use, let's talk build quality. This thing lists an operating temperature of up to 158 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 70 Celsius.
That's hot.
That's not a server room, that's a sauna.
Well, if your server room is at 158, you have much bigger problems. But this is for manufacturing floors, right? Near kilns or in unventilated closets in the desert, consumer gear would just melt.
And I guess that explains the price tag. We're talking $855.
It sounds steep for a cable extender.
But it's cheap for industrial insurance.
Precisely. And there's a security angle here we shouldn't miss.
Oh, right. Because it's wired.
We live in an age of constant cyber threats. Wi-Fi can be intercepted, Bluetooth can be spoofed. But a dedicated point-to-point CT7 cable, that's a physical air gap. You can't hack that from the parking lot.
That's a great point. We see wires as limiting, but here the tether is the security.
It gives you total control without exposing your system to the open airwaves.
So we've got a device that lies to your computer, keeps a 20-year-old video standard looking crisp, and survives temperatures that would cook an egg.
That's the NTI transparent extender in a nutshell.
Okay, so here's something to think about before we go. We spend so much time and money chasing the latest wireless tech, 5G, Wi-Fi 7, all for convenience. But when it comes to critical infrastructure, when you have to be absolutely sure a command is executed, people go back to analog video and a physical copper wire. Why is it that the more advanced we get, the less we seem to trust the airwaves, and the more we trust that simple physical wire?
Sometimes you just can't beat the laws of physics.